Good evening, you guys. I'm in deep pain right now. It's not the kind of pain that I can't live with. It's not the type of pain that is killing me. It is not the type of pain that requires me to need to go on medications. It is the type of pain, however, that feels almost like it's heartache, essentially. But it's heartache in the sense of you're so aware when something is taken away from you when you're such a young kid, and then you spend so much of your life trying to chase after a psychological phenomena or something that wasn't really there. But then once you start to find that thing that you really embrace and enjoy, and that you find that innocence, so to speak, it becomes a lot more tolerable to live in the pain in the moment. I had a pretty intense conversation with a friend I made about less than like about a year and a half ago or so. It was a tough conversation because I was talking about a situation that happened. Um, I was talking about a situation that happened on social media, and I know I had actually commented on it, like wrote in a comment about the situation. And the only thing I'm really interested in right now is I'm publishing this video, recording this video. The only thing I'm interested in is addressing that there is pain and that the pain is there for a reason. I'm not going to suppress the pain because man, am I liberated by the fact that with this pain I can feel free to communicate how I please as long as it doesn't violate others' boundaries or my own in any way. The saying that people tend to forget what growing up involves. I kept hearing that phrase, and I still hear it ringing in my head. How do you talk about growing up to someone who had to deal with the fact that they, had to take on a social responsibility when they were very little? Big question. Mr. Miyagi in the Karate Kid series. I think it's the first movie. He tells the teenage Daniel, played by Ralph Macchio, he says something to the effect of, it's not about having the right answer, but it's about asking the right question. I didn't like how things turned out between me and the person I was interacting with on Instagram. I did not like it at all. I did not like being called a name that undermined my own personal value. I didn't like it, but I deserved it in a sense because I didn't have to say what I said. I said something that could have ticked off any woman or user, or if it was a guy, even. Anyway, this is tough. This is really tough, what I'm doing right now. Okay? But I didn't blame anybody outside of myself for what I said. I did not say, oh, I blame my dad for, talking about this, or this. I didn't blame my mom. No. I didn't blame any external source because I knew that I had the choice to say what I said. And I didn't make that same mistake after that. I didn't say anything rather promiscuous and whatnot. In order to develop celebrity status, often what happens is you go through a series of trials and tribulations throughout your life. I didn't expect that enjoying my life would mean that I would be able to connect with celebrity names. I didn't expect that to happen. I was just a kid reading books and just getting interested in reading about people who influenced society in some way. That's how it happened. I just developed this interest early in life. And it turned into, reaching out to celebrities on social media. And I didn't even expect it. This is really scary, being this open about a very deep issue like this. But when you're doing something to help society, to help your community, to help in some kind of way that feels big to you, it's always going to be scary because you're literally putting yourself in a situation where you could easily get hurt, rejected, bullied, called out on, cajoled in some way. I've spent my entire life so far in situations where I felt some level of being bullshitted against, or in the way I put it, I say verbally embarrassed. Why did I use the word verbally embarrass? Because bullshit in Hebrew means embarrassment. What did I mean by that even? What I meant is that the word for embarrassment in Hebrew, boshet, sounds a lot like bullshit. Okay? That's what that means. Finding out that my great-great-grandfather co-invented a language, that was a pretty big deal for me because it literally opened up a set of opportunities that I didn't even expect. The fact that it was 2 days after Valentine's Day that I even learned about my great-great-grandfather and his Esperanto language. People are going to watch this video and they'll probably, think, who the hell does this guy think he is? Getting this expressive on YouTube and being this open, Because these were the same people who saw me in a different light, a different time, in a different place. But I also believe, excuse me, I also believe that these are also people who saw things in me that I was afraid to see in myself. I was afraid to embrace loving myself. I was afraid to be happy with the unique personality that I am, to go out of the social confines of my own upbringing. I'm not giving up on life, you guys. Hell no. There is a whole lot to be explored in this world, in this environment. I'm ready to take the heat. Because I'm not about to get out of the kitchen either. I'm going to stay in that kitchen as long as I can. Live La Vida Meshuggah and all that good stuff. Anyway, that's all I got for now, but y'all have a good night.